Welcome back to the shop. This is just kind of a quick little short video. A new tool that I'm looking forward to using here, but it's also a review on the tool. So hope you enjoy and pick up something. See you next time. Okay, the problem that I have is the Char's universal tool grinder comes with one adapter on the machine for 1 1/4 inch wheels. So you can buy more. They sell them $30 a pop and some $7, $8 shipping. Gets to be real expensive in a hurry, especially when you want a number of them all set up on wheels. The other problem is there's not very many 1 1/4 inch wheels out there, which is, I guess that's the 31.75 millimeters. And when you find them, they're very bloody expensive. So I wanted to make my own, and I've got to copy this angle here for the spindle and taper. You can't get anything on the machine to try to figure out what the angle is. There's just no room. It's got a protective shroud around it and so on. So I couldn't do it. So what I wound up doing was just trying to make my own little plug through trial and error, angle the compound, cut it, try this on it while it's in the lathe and so on. And I guess I lucked out because I managed to come up with something that goes in there and it doesn't really rock. Yeah, it's holding. I don't know. Oh, yeah, it's stuck in there. So, okay, now I have this. Now I'm trying to measure this angle, and it's, with what I have, it's not very wonderful at all. You know, what do you use to set the compound to this angle quickly and accurately? So I did wind up making a print. Oh yeah, that's the other thing, is these are the 20 millimeter bore hole is readily available. I mean, they're like $10 down, all kinds of different ones. There's another one. This is an adapter that I had made, the last one, the third one. This, I think, said was like $9, and this was $5, or maybe the other way around. But to do it, what I've been doing, since I can't really figure out angles, is I'll start boring it, set it at close to what I think's the angle, try this, okay, it's rocking, change the angle, change it, and finally I can get there. But boy, it's a long, tedious process to get this in there where it's perfect and doesn't rock. So I'm still figuring for the shop. I would like to have something where I can set precision angles, set the compound at a precision angle or something else easily. I did draw up a print here. I know you probably can't see it in the light, but I did stumble across a print of this thing someplace, and mine, the best I could measure is, I'm saying it should be 84.1 degrees. The math from the print says it should be 84.29. Why they picked this is way beyond me. Now this is what I had to try to measure things with, but then I'm wondering, you know, how real accurate is this? Because I had set this for both of those, you know, 84.3 and 84.1, and it's like, no, it just wasn't working right. Put that there, I can't lose that guy. So I was wondering about this guy, and I did some stuff with it. You know, you pull out your precision angle blocks. You know, these were the ones that I made, and I know these are like on the money, because I put these on the sign bar and the 10th indicator, and these suckers are there. These are not that accurate, but putting this in here, whoops, yeah, I did it that way. Okay, and as best I could, lock it down. Here's a picture of what it's reading as. That should be 45 degrees, and no. So if you have one of these things, be aware you're going to be maybe off a lot. I don't know. So then I remembered, you know, I had, put that away, I had this guy, and I'm surprised it is pretty darn accurate. Usually, and the problem with this guy is if you move it, it comes on, and it's on in the drawer, and you don't know it, and the battery's dead. So I always store this guy with the battery out of it. So if I look at my guys here, you know, I put them in there. I can't really see what I'm doing here. There you go, 45 degrees. So these guys measure exactly where they're supposed to be, and that's 1/10 of a degree. So this thing is really pretty accurate. And earlier, I guess off camera, I was playing with these guys. These are American made, they're not from China. I had put this in here, and I was coming up with 45.1 on both sides, and that was 90, so that's mathematically impossible. It all has to add up to 180 degrees. I did take this guy on my lapping thing, and I just one swipe on all sides, and now it's finally reading 45 degrees. So yeah, right, as I go off, what did I do? I messed something up here. Put it down, push it in, 45.1. Give me a break. Is there dirt on here again or something? All right, well, you saw it work the first time. 45.1 again. That is interesting. Where is it coming from? There must be dirt. That's just on this table. I should have wiped this whole thing down. This one too. Clean that up. Clean that up. So as you can see, this sucker's pretty good, huh? Yeah, there we go. 25.39. Alright, so I'm doing something wrong. There's 45. Touchy. I probably can do this one every time over and over again, right? No, I want to go down, because I'm just going to push it in there. Oh, this is doing the same thing. There, 45. Alright, I don't know if you guys can see that actual 45. Let me lock it so I can tilt it, and maybe you can see it in the light. So I do have this guy, and I can use this to set the compound, but I was looking for something a little bit, not more accurate, but I don't know, maybe I can trust it more. So get rid of all this stuff. This is what this one's really about. Now, there are protractors and things made by Starrett, but boy, those suckers are expensive, and there are generic ones out there. So I went to Banggood. This was like $30-ish, so a lot less, and I figured, what the heck, let me try it. So I'll put a link in the description to it if you guys are interested. And like anything, an inexpensive device, you got to check it and work with it and do a lot of mods. It came with this little teeny knob here, which you couldn't turn because that's hitting in the way. And later on I figured, you know, I should have just put that on the bottom, Dave, stupid. So there was a lot of work done to this thing, lapping surfaces and getting things all together. But man, yeah, this can measure an awful lot of stuff. And so far, turn that guy. So I also want to get rid of that knob, and I've got this one. But I've got to find a 2.5 millimeter set screw by 0.45, I think it was. Yeah, 4.5. So it is off by 1/2 degree. So they drilled. You'd think too, they put pins here and in this all over the place. You'd think it'd be on the money, but no, it's off by 1/2 degree. So they drilled these holes in the wrong spots, sloppy screws. So I'm just going to get longer screws and put them on top with washers or something and put this thing right on the money. But boy, I have played with this thing with all my angle blocks and stuff, and it's beautiful. So, and they do have a veneer. If you go and watch one of the videos on how to read a veneer on a micrometer, you'll understand better how this works. And I found it rather interesting that they decided to divide degrees into time, minutes and seconds. So 1 degree has 60 seconds, and 1 minute has 1 degree is 60 minutes, 1 minute 60 seconds makes sense, you know, same as time. So this guy can accurately measure to a 60th of a degree, which is really nice. So if you wanted, if you know how to read the veneer, you can get a 1/2 degree easily by lining up the 30. So I advise you guys to definitely go watch a micrometer video so you'll know how to read a veneer, because there are a lot of things have them. I've got mics with them, and it's beautiful. You can get down to a 1/10 of a thou easy. So the other interesting thing, I'll take this back out. You know, a lot of this stuff all comes off, and like I said, I'm just working with it, cleaning it up. I had to lap this little thing down in here. It was really rough and not able to slide this, and a lot of things. But curious, this key is kind of, this part is key. This surface to this surface is perfect. The inside is not. I had, I mean, it was really bad. I had put this in the mill, and I had an end mill long enough that I could get this perfect with this side. So now I mic it, and I'm within a 1/10 all the way down, but I don't have any way of getting this. Because if you put this in something square, it is not. There's a big gap up here. So the inside is off, and I'd love to have it correct, because there's times when I want it this way, and there's times when I want it this way. So they do give you a book, and it shows you all the different configurations to measure from 50 to 140, and this to this and this. And they really don't understand their own math, because to measure a 45, I forgot how I did it now, but one of these guys, I know, or maybe it was a 60. Yeah, one picture here showed 40, 20, no, I think it was this one or something. Yeah, 0 to 50 degrees. No, this goes way higher. Actually, I can put it together that way. Oh, I took that off, shoot. This goes this way, which is a pain to get in. There, it slid in. This is gonna go this way. Yeah, that's how it went. This goes this way. I'm not gonna clamp it on there. And then you rotate this, but guess what? If you set this for like 30 degrees, you're measuring that 60. Because it's 30 minus 90 is 60 degrees. So their pictures are off, and there is nothing. There's a couple of YouTube videos on this in another language, not English, and there's a silent guy who just drew all these angles, and I'm sure he's got this thing off screen, because you can't remember how to adjust and put this thing together without a cheat sheet. So, because he's just putting it together and showing you the angles. Basically, he's showing you exactly what this booklet does, silently. It doesn't talk. Oh well. So, I have great hopes with this thing. Spent a lot of time. Once I get it calibrated, now, I don't know, it's all flush, so you can't really stick it up against the side of the compound and set angles. But I should be able to reproduce this, you know, get this in here, and then this goes in there. and angles the compound. This goes against the side of the saddle, and then this face goes against the side of the compound. So hopefully with this, I should be able to come up with any angle I want down to 1/10 of a degree or 1/60th of a degree. So that's pretty crazy. So that's where I'm at. Leave comments if you have any questions. I appreciate it very much. Two things I completely forgot to mention here. This guy, it's made by Gemrad, came off of Amazon. Hopefully they still make it. I'll put a link in the description. Stainless steel. It's very nice, very smooth. Looks like they have some kind of alignment pins here to try to calibrate this thing for 0. But what I did was I put it like this on the granite plate, granite surface, turned it on, zeroed it out. So all the readings you saw were calibrated that way. If you have something that you know is like really good, I did a video on this guy, came from Lathe tools. As far as I could tell, this sucker is exactly 90 degrees in every which way. You can always, you know, if you have, like I said, something you know what it is, you can always put it in here, zero it out, take it back to 90 degrees, and then zero it, and you know you're calibrated. That would be if this thing is angled or off or something like that. Because if I turn it on, oh, I took the battery out. I think if you have it moved and you turn it on, it's going to read 0. I don't know, I can't remember now. That. And then this guy, same thing. I had used this in this configuration to measure it. Here's a picture of what it reads as far as being 90 degrees. So this plate needs to be shifted half a degree. So I should easily, like I said, be able to do that with just other screws that are longer and washers under him or something. Not sure exactly what I'm going to do. This is one piece of metal here though, so it's not a label that you can shift or something. Same way with this. This is beautiful. Well, you've seen it, just saw it in the picture. They're crisp, and being this far of a radius, you can easily, without using the veneer, start guessing as easily a half a degree, a quarter degree should be pretty easy. So I really am going to like this guy.